What is going on, everyone? Altair here, and welcome to the first in a series of Unity tutorials I'm doing. This tutorial is going to be a tutorial on how to add toggles to your avatar. So there are going to be several things I'm going to talk about. First, how to add a simple toggle, then the advanced toggle, and then last a button to turn all toggles off. So as you can see, I am going to use the default Winterfog K9 for this tutorial, and I will provide a link to where you can get it yourself down below in the description. Yeah, and as you can see right here, I have 3 pieces of clothing: a shirt, sweatpants, and shorts. Now the first thing you're going to want to do for any toggle is to make an animation. So we are going to use, for simple toggle, why did that just, okay, that was weird. So for the simple toggle, we're just going to do the shirt. Now, one thing to take note of, if you have the, so the blend shapes are a thing you need to take note of, because, for example, if you have the shirt and the pants on, you can see that they kind of clip into each other. So the shirt has the blend shape for shorts and sweatpants, so they're pretty sure they do, they're exactly the same. So so it doesn't matter if we have, so we're just gonna need to have one on when we do that. So we're gonna turn this pants off and shirt off for now, because for the animation we're gonna need to make 2 animations, one for turning it on and one for turning it off. So if we go to so this will be this is the tutorial K9 here. This is the K9 that I'm using. So you're going to want to go to your main avatar here. Then we're going to want to create an animation clip. So we are, let's create a, actually, K9, if we go to, so there should be an animations folder in your thing. So you can really put the animations anywhere, but I like to put them in my animations folder. So I'll make a folder called toggles. And then so the first animation is shirt on. Of course, this can be whatever you want. And of course I added my clothing before I started. The clothing is completely separate normally, but I will not show how to add clothing today, but I will in the future. Anyway, first we're going to want to create a clothing on animation, and then let's lock this. So now that is locked, so this will not, oh, okay, well if you click on the different tab it'll go away, but anyway. So what we're going to want to do for the clothing on is we start recording, so the avatar might move. That's perfectly normal. If we toggle this on, then we go to shirt and do, so these bunch shapes are exactly the same. So yeah, but of course that's, actually, now that I think about it, we don't need to do these blend shapes quite yet. Anyway, so that is the, so this is the entire shirt on animation. So we're gonna need to make one for off as well. And of course, this shirt will toggle off. So we're gonna need to want to toggle it back on before we start recording, and then we do that. So that is our 2 animations completely done. We have it on animation and an off animation. And then we can unlock that because we don't need it anymore. And we can, so sometimes if you don't go out of it, then changing it will change the object listener inside, even though it's not recording anymore. So just to keep that in mind. So now that we have our animations done, we're going to need to go to the avatar's menu. So if we open up this folder here, we go to the Canon Quest FX. It's usually in FX, then we go to the menu. First, we're going to want to make a new parameter. So as you can see here, all these, these are typically animations that the avatar uses. So it's, I completely like deleted my entire main menu for this. Since this is just a tutorial avatar, I don't need all that stuff. And if we click add, we have the option to do this. So you want to set it to for the simple toggle, which is what we're doing for the shirt, we're going to want to set it to a Boolean. So you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to do shirt to make it easier. And so this is the default state. So this is like when it's on or off. This saved. It's like if it gets saved and like when you go through a portal. And then synced, I don't remember exactly what it was, but you just have it on. Always have that on. And now that we have that parameter done, before we go to the menu, we're going to want to open up our FX thing. So if you double click on that, it'll go to this. And if we go to parameters, you're going to want to create a parameter that's exactly the same as the parameter you just made. Otherwise, it will not work. So make it exactly the same. And then, so this is the default state is the same. Now, if we go to layers, this is the part that's a little trickier, but it's still pretty easy. So you do a new layer. This you can name whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I'll just name it shirt. And then you'll want to make sure that you go to the cogwheel and you need to set weight to 1. Otherwise, this will not work. Now, so you right click, then create an empty state. This state, you can click on it, move it around. This one you'll name idle. This is when it's off. Now, this part is a little tricky to navigate through, but if we want to create another state, this one you can name whatever you want. I'll just name it shirt again. Now, for motion, you go to idle. This is the off state. So if you search for your animation here, you can set it to shirt off, and then the other state, you'll do shirt on. Now, right click on idles that make transition. You're going to want to drag it over to shirt and click on it. Now you're going to want to, I don't know if you have to do this, but I always set exit time and transition duration to 0 and then uncheck exit time. I don't know if that's required. Anyway, now it says transition needs at least one condition or an exit time to be valid, otherwise it will be ignored. So you want to click the plus, and then you'll go down to where your parameter is to do shirt in this. So this thing, if shirt is true, then it'll trigger this. Now we're going to want to do one for the other way. So do exactly the same as you just did, except instead of doing true, set it to false. Now this toggle is mostly done. What we're going to need to do now is go to our menu, to add control. So this is the toggle. So we want to set it to toggle, and then you can do whatever you want for the icon and stuff. And then for parameter, you want to go down to your parameter. Cool. So now this toggle is completely done. So now, I haven't set it. So I want to add the gesture manager. So now we can test this. So if we enter play mode here, I'm going to give it a second to load. There we go. So sometimes the game does this. That's fine. Just go back to scene and it'll do that. So now you'll see the shirt here. So if you click on it, it goes on. If you it goes off. See, now we have a toggleable shirt. Of course, that is just the standard toggle, the default one. So now what do we want to do if we say we have just sweatpants and shorts here? We do not want these on at the same time. This is an advanced toggle. But of course, if you remember in the shirt blend shapes, there is shorts and sweatpants. So we're going to need to do it's a little bit extra with the animations here. So first we're going to do the sweatpants. So if we create new clip, do the same thing. Okay, yeah, it'll do that. Okay, yeah. So where you were last in the project, I think I don't know 100%. Yeah. So we're gonna do sweatpants on. So if we record, then we of course want to make sure to lock this first. It is locked. Okay, so we check this. of course, that is just part of it. So that's saying, so now we want to do this, drag this all the way up. So now when the shorts are on, then this blend shape will automatically activate, so that if you have the shirt on, then it'll not clip into it. Now we unrecord that, and now we want to do sweatpants off. And of course, just like before, it'll untoggle everything assigned. Just turn them on, and then do this all the way. Now sweatpants off. So now we uncheck this, and we drag the blend shape down. And there we go. That is the sweatpants animation. Of course, let's do the shorts animation too. Or at it. So do shorts on. Of course, do that. Now we start recording. Now we're going to do the exact same thing except with the shorts instead of the sweatpants. Let's do that. Now let's untoggle that. Do shorts off. And of course, do the same thing. Check this. Do that blend shape. Start recording. Toggle that off. Then do the blend shape again. So that is all of our animations completely done. Now we do the parameters again, except this time it'll be different because we have two pairs of pants, and we do not want them toggled to be on at the same time, because that wouldn't really make sense. So so let's go to our parameters. Of course, instead of doing a Boolean animated parameter, we're going to be doing a different one. So let's name this one pants, and we're going to make it an integer parameter, and this one will be set to 0. Now if we go to our FX menu, we want to make a parameter that's exactly the same. So do our integer parameter, set it to pants. Yes, now we want to do 2 layers instead of 1. So for the first layer is going to be our sweatpants. So let's set it to sweatpants. Don't make. I mean, of course you can name whatever you want, but I would prefer not to have typos in mind. Of course, set the weight to maximum, because you need the weight to 1, or otherwise it will not work. And again, create an empty state. Another. Oh, and of course you can leave it that, but I always like to have mine set to idle. And then this other state. And of course, we need to put our animations in there. Sweatpants off and idle. Sweatpants on and motion. No, there. Now we make our transitions. And then, so now, for the pants, if pants does not, actually this. So we have 2 pairs of pants. So we have our sweatpants and our shorts. So our sweatpants is going to be 1. So if our pants integer equals 1, then their sweatpants will be toggled on. And then if pants does not equal 1, then of course it needs to be not equal 1 and not set to 0, because if it's set to 0, then if you switch clothing, then it'll stay on until you toggle both off, and we do not want that. So if it does not equal 1, then it'll turn off. And of course now we want to do the same for the shorts, except for the shorts we'll do 2 instead of 1. So let's name the shorts, and of course always make sure you set the weight to 1, as I stated several times. It's important, because if it's not set to 1, then it will not work, even if you have everything else right. So let's set this to idle. Let's set this to shorts. Want to make sure we do that. Shorts on, shorts off. Then we make our transitions again. And do exactly the same as we did before, except this time we're gonna set the pans equal not equal to 2 instead of 1. Not 22, just 2. Now we set that to 0. If pans not equal to 2, then the shorts will toggle off. Now we go back to our menu. So though this works a little differently for some reason, like everything that's at the bottom will be on like the left side of the wheel, and everything that's on the top will be on the right side of the wheel. Don't know why it works like that. So if we set this to sweatpants, and of course you can do whatever you want for your icons. It doesn't matter at all. So if we toggle now for a parameter, we do pants. Of course, value set to 1. That is the value that we need for our sweatpants to be toggled on. Now we do the same thing for our shorts. There we go, and our parameter again, set it to pants, and then this time we set it to 2. Now that should be why did my VTuber go angry then? Did you? Anyway, now that should be everything we need for that. So now if we enter play mode, let's just give it a second again. There, so now, I forgot to set that as a button. You need to toggle. I mean, it needs to be a toggle, otherwise it'll go on and off really fast. We do not want that. Then let's go back into play mode. What? Okay, so now sweatpants toggle on. That's good. If we switch to shorts, it toggles on. That is, yeah. So that's exactly what we want. If we toggle one on, it toggles the other off. And the shirt, the shirt does not clip. That is exactly what we want. Now for the third and final part of the tutorial, we're going to make a button that toggles off everything. So like if you because if you go to the gesture manager, if you have both of these turned on, it takes time to toggle them both off. I mean there are only 2 things, so it doesn't take that much time. I mean, if you have a lot of accessories on and you want a button to toggle them all off, then yeah, so you would want something like that. So now I will show you how to do that as well. So if we go to our parameters again, we are going to make another Boolean parameter. This one does not need to be saved because this one will just be a button that you press. So this one I'll name remove all, because that's what you're doing, is removing all of the clothing at the same time, which kind of sounds weird out of context, but yeah. And now if we go to our FX, so this is a little different. So now we're going, so this one we do not need any animations for. I'll show you why. So they're a parameter exactly the same. Remove all. Now, so let's do it. So add a new layer. Again, the layers can be whatever you want to name them. That doesn't matter. So if we do an empty state, we're going to do nothing with that. Now we do another empty state. And so now, instead of doing motion, we're going to add a behavior, and we're going to do VRChat avatar parameter driver. So this modifies parameters. So this is what we want to do. We want to turn all the toggles off at the same time with this button. So if we add, we're going to do to set shirt false. Yeah, that's unchecked. And now we're going to want to we're going to want to set pants to 0. Now this is what we want, except we want to do the transitions again. Do that. And if remove all is true, then do that. And of course we need even though it's just the button, we still need the transition back, because otherwise it'll stay here. It'll stay on remove all and not go back to idle. So now we want to do if remove all is false, and we go back to idle. Now that's really easy. Now we go to menus, go to main menu. We want to add a control, move this all the way to the top. So now set it to remove all again. You can do whatever you want. And with that, so this one will be a button. This one does not work as a toggle. This one will be a button. And then we do remove all, and that's it. That should be everything. So now if we go to our gesture manager, if we enter play mode, we can see everything working. So if we turn on our shirts, turn on our sweatpants, shorts, that works. If we remove all, remove all, just like it's supposed to, it toggles off all at the same time. Of course, you can't have both the sweatpants and the shorts on at the same time because of the way we did that. Regardless of whether you have the sweatpants or the shorts on, it untoggles everything. Even if you have just one piece of clothing, it untoggles everything.
All right, so now I'm in VRChat, and as you can see, I am in the tutorial avatar that we did. So now I will go to my circle menu. As you can see, I have the options for the shirt, sweatpants, shorts, and remove all. So you toggle on the shirt, it works. That just as it should. Toggle on the sweatpants, that works. And it's going back and forth between the sweatpants and the shorts. And the remove all removes everything, just like it should. And I hope you learned something from this video. And like I said again, the credits for this avatar will be down in the descriptions where you can get it yourself. And this is just the default, but I credit it anyway because I did use it as the example for this video. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope this helped you. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.